Doesn't scare me. Ugh. You did. I'm just going to get it. Morning, Susan. How you doing? Yeah, Margaret's here. There's four here. Four today. Barb, you, Margaret. No, there's three. There's two here. Barb's usually here at the last second, so should be 4 of us today. Cool. Yep. Margaret and Susan are going to be playing skinny games for the next 2 days. Those are 6 a.m. Okay. Okay. Thursday and Friday. Oh no, Margaret and Kathy are playing on Friday morning. Yep. Yeah. Awesome. Well, great. I'm happy to see it. Morning, Barb. You're so quiet. I thought you left. Yeah. So today is a practice day, not a clinic day. So we're going to start with our 30-minute practice, our structured warm-up. And then we're going to have 30 minutes of focus on slow volleys. And then we're going to play slow volley firefight games. You think that's funny?
I'm excited.
Are you? That's good. Good. Okay, I'll fix this after your practice. Okay, yeah, go ahead. So we're going to get started with our in the center, our dinking warm up. So you want to back up, Susan? You're right on the line. There we go. So we're aiming for the blue line. So you want to be about a stride behind the blue line, right? Yeah, you're aiming for between the blue and the green line. Yeah. Good. Okay, that should be 10. All right, just to remind you, the reason we aim for the blue line is that's called the pressurized zone in pickleball. We want to dink right into our opponent's feet, and they're going to be standing right next to the blue line, so we want to try and hit the blue line consistently. The pressurized zone is actually this zone right here, right? This is where we want to hit 90% of our dinks into this zone, so that's why we aim for here, not for here. So if Barb and I are doing that, I need to be aware that she's going to be aiming for the blue line, and I need to be back from it. If I'm standing on top of it, I'm going to be popping everything up, right? So, all right. So now we're going to go down one side, pick a side. And now we want to do the other side. Sorry, I was daydreaming. Now we want to do the other side. Yep. Gets out of control. Just grab it and start over. All right, that should be 10. Now we're going to do our first diagonal. So right knee to right knee. Yep. Aiming for the blue line. Okay, it should be 10. Now left knee to left knee. Okay, it should be 10. Now we want to go figure 8. So this side can start as straight. This side can start as diagonal. Okay, that should be 10. So let's switch it up now. So now Barb and Margaret are going to be straight, and Susan and Mary are going to be diagonal. So there's a reason that these are tough. Figure eights are tough. There's a reason figure eights are tough. You have to turn a straight into a diagonal or a diagonal into a straight. That's where most of the challenge is in pickleball for most people, right? You have to align yourself differently, and you have to pay attention to how your body is aligned to the shot. So if I'm receiving it straight, I don't really have to move much. But if I'm receiving a diagonal, I need to step out in front of that diagonal. I need to turn my paddle face straight. So I have to receive it as a diagonal, and I have to project it as a straight. Those are two different things. And I need to be behind the point of contact. If I'm trying to hit it out here, I'm going to struggle, right? So it's really important when you're receiving a diagonal and you want to project it straight that your weight is behind the straight that you're about to project. And what most people do is they lean forward and they just try and do it with their arm. Their weight's over here, but they're trying to project along this line. And you're always going to have trouble unless you learn to step in front of where you want to project the diagonal to. Let's try that one more time and just be conscious of how we project our diagonals. Okay, let's switch it up. Did the other person do the diagonal now? Whoever just did diagonal, the other person is going to do diagonal now. It was better that time, wasn't it? Okay, that's good. Awesome. Okay, we'll move on to long diagonals now. So Barb and Margaret can switch. Long diagonals now. Center your box to center of your box. Bounce it in front of your partner. Okay, other diagonal, that's 10, so switch to the other diagonal. Everybody change position. Yep, middle of your box. Well, from side to side, yep. That's 10. Okay, now we're going to come in and do our green zone volley. So heels on the blue line. Whatever you want to do. Up to you guys. Okay, heels on the blue line. Show your partner where your green zone is. So your green zone is everything you can take on your backhand side. Yep. Okay. Yeah, so green zone is, when we think of our 4 volley positions, 1, 2, 3, 4. Green zone is the first 3, right? When I start to come over here, if I start having to do this, now I'm getting into a chicken wing. So I don't want to be doing that. So up to here is my green zone. Then from over there out is going to be my yellow zone. Oh, this is red. And then that's going to be yellow. Okay, so green zone to green zone through the window.
So do we line up?
Line up straight across from each other. Yep. How to take it out front, Susan? That's good. Go ahead, do your thing. Don't worry about me. Do your thing. Don't worry about me. I'm totally fine here. I trust you guys. Okay, this is what we're going to be working on today primarily, so we can move on from here for now. Now we're going to come in, turn sideways, and do our low and slow volleys. Low and slow. So you're going to back out about halfway between the blue line. You're a little too close. Yeah, halfway between the blue line and the net. You're going to be in here, Margaret, halfway between the blue line and the net. Right about there. Yep. And yep, that's good. Okay. Oh, you guys are too close together this way, so you want to separate out this way a little bit. Create some space, create an alley. There you go. It's good. All right, Mary, you can't swing at this because it's going to go too far. You just need to reach out to this side. So, give me the ball, racket. You want to take the racket out on this side of your body. Okay, so out there. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So, Margaret, we want to try and take the ball out on this side of our body.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, keep it a little lower. I want to keep it through this window. Mary, you're way too close to the net. Got to back you up right about there. Okay. Oh, no, hang on. Just for a second. You're doing this.
Oh, okay.
Keep it out here and just give it a little push. Okay? All right, that's enough of those. Now we do red zones. So red zones are, remember your paddle for a second. Mary's going to, thank you. Mary's going to hit a ground stroke to me. So off the ground, Mary. Ground. Yeah, there we go. Now I'm going to put it back in the kitchen. Can you hit me another ground? No, off the ground, Mary. Ground stroke. And I'm going to put it back in the kitchen. Yep, that's what we're doing. There you go. Thank you. This should be, oh yeah, I'm sorry, red zone. So aiming for my red zone, which is under my racket arm. Maybe not so hard. Okay, let's switch roles now. Mary's going to hit them into the kitchen, and Barbara's going to hit ground strokes to Mary. Yep. You're going to switch roles. You're going to do what she was doing, she's going to do what you were doing. Good. Boy, Susan, your eye-hand coordination has improved a lot in. Good speed, Barb. Good drops, Mary. Hey, you win practice. Okay, now we'll do resets. You stay where you are. You two stay where you are. You two are going to back up to the white line. Going to back up to heels on the white line. Heels on the white line. There we go. And now you guys are going to fire at their belly buttons. And you're going to reset into the kitchen. Good job. That's a great defensive reset, Mary. Nice, Susan. Ooh, slow down, Margaret. Slow down, Margaret. Very good. Very good, Susan. Okay, let's switch roles. So Mary and Susan are going to come up. Barb and Margaret are going to roll, slide back to the white line. Heels on the white line, Margaret. Heels on the white line, Margaret. There we go. Yeah, so just let me borrow. That was good. That was a really good one. Okay, so what people have a tendency to do from here is the same thing that they have a tendency to do from up here. They turn it into a timing thing. If you turn it into a timing thing, it's going to go wrong for you. You don't want to turn it into a timing thing by taking a swing at it. Go ahead and feed me. You just want to stick your racket in front of it and just block it. I'm not swinging out at it. I'm receiving it and just letting it hit my racket. So I'm not swinging out to meet it out here somewhere. I'm barely moving the racket, because if I turn it into a timing thing, there's way too much that can go wrong. So don't turn it into a timing thing. Just turn it into a block with a more open face, right? So it's just a block with a more open face. Oops, that was a bad one. Anyway, think about that. Is that what you were commenting on, Susan? Yeah. That was good. That was great. That's good, Margaret. Don't turn it into a timing thing. Just block it. Yeah, if it sounds funky, it means you're not hitting in the center. Just let me say one more thing on this. I don't want to turn this into a reset lesson, but um, when I make contact with this here or anywhere, my pec has to be engaged, my biceps engaged, my shoulders, especially back here, is engaged, my forearm is engaged. Everything is just solid. I want there to be some give, but not a lot. I'm just really blocking it and giving it the tiniest little push. It's not a stroke, if that makes sense. It's just being solid. And if my pec isn't engaged, it's not going to be solid. This is just going to be a little bit floppy. You can, yeah. You get your weight moving a little bit forward for sure, but it's not a reach out and hit it at the right spot. And that was good. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Nice and solid. Yeah. Pec is a big part of it. All right, let's switch to drops now. So you guys just move back. And you're going to stay here. You're going to stay here for now. Now you're going to put drops. You're going to put the ball. You're going to back all the way up to the green line, Margaret. All the way back, all the way outside the court, all the way. You guys are going to put the ball somewhere in here, just on the ground, and they're going to hit drop shots. Okay? Yeah, go into the kitchen. Go for the kitchen. Want height. Yeah, somewhere in there. Can I just borrow your racket for a second, Barb? Okay, so go ahead, Mary, feed me. I want height. I don't want power. I want height so that it lands in the kitchen, right? So, yeah, but 7 feet is what they say, but, right? So I want height because I want a slow ball like that so that I can hit it up and follow it, right? I want a slow moving high ball so that when it lands in the kitchen or when it crosses the net, I'm right about here. So I can take the next shot, and then after that, one more step, and I'm up where I need to be. I want to at least close some of that distance, and I can't do that if my ball's too low and fast. There you go. It was perfect, Margaret. That was awesome. Nice. That was a great shot. There we go. Another good shot. That's great. Okay, let's switch roles. So you guys are going to back up now. You guys will come forward. That's good. Good job, Mary. Good one. Now slow it down a little so that it lands inside the kitchen. It's the right idea. Just slow it down, but try to make it land in the kitchen. There you go. That was perfect. 10 out of 10. Hey, that's a good one. There we go. 8 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Perfect. Yeah. Okay, one more. Good. Let's do a pickup now, and we'll have a drink of water, and then we'll come back in and work on our slow volleys. Here you go, Mary. Well, I guess we're done. Don't really need this. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Good. Brings your concentration instead of daydreaming.
Yeah. It's a warm-up with purpose.
Yeah.
It's a mini lesson, too, which is what I like about it. Yeah. It's like 6 or 7 little mini lessons.
Yesterday. Very good visit. But yeah, he said,
Oops. Hopefully my microphone's not off. All right, so today's topic is slow volleys. Out of all of the volleying, so I have 6 sections of volleying that I teach. I think this is the single most important one, slow volleys. If you can learn to master slow volleys, you will become a much better volleyer. Because, well, there's a whole bunch of reasons, but the main reason is because it forces you to be mindful about how you're volleying. When we volley, we tend to be very reactive. And if you want to become good at volleying, you can't be reactive. And by that I mean not never, because sometimes your opponent's going to hit a shot at you that's so fast and so hard and so unexpected that you're going to have to react. But most of the time, you need to be mindful. You need to be in control of yourself and your racket and control of your fear. Because if you're fearful in these volleys and you're backing up, you're going to be popping up. It is for most people, right? So when you do what we're doing today, which is slow it down, you start to lean forward and you start to be more forward thinking because you're no longer fearful of the pace, right? So we're trying to move slowly today, and that will gradually translate into playing the game slowly, and you'll be doing less of this. This is the killer in volleyball or in volleying, right? When you get a little bit afraid of the ball and you stick the racket out to defend yourself and you lean back and you lift your shoulder up, now the ball's popping up. And even if you do it just a little bit, just for a moment, the rally just spins out of control. So we're really going to work on moving slowly today like we're in the Matrix. We're going to try and be very purposeful with our movements, no extra movements. And if we get going too fast, we're going to stop, we're going to control it, and we're going to go back to being slow. All right, let's go in the room and do it. Susan, you and I have done this before. Susan and I are going to demonstrate this because we've done this in privates before, right, Susan? I'll get everybody right here for now. All right, so we're literally going to start. We're going to just start with green zones because they're non-threatening, they're easy. Heels are on the blue line. We're going to volley very slowly. And we're going to try and keep the speed down. Okay, that's all we're trying to do is just keep it really slow. Not overreacting, not oversteering, not stabbing, jabbing, slashing, hacking, any of that stuff. Just try to keep it slow. All right? Right?
Nice shoes.
Thank you. These are my marathon shoes.
Oh, they're lovely.
When I teach on Sundays, I'm on my feet for 12 hours, so I need really thick cushioning. So I'm going to start with you two together. Then Susan's going to be our anchor, and we're going to keep rotating. So Mary and Susan can start together. Heels on the blue line, and just do as many reps as you can slowly. Slowly. Okay. Okay, everybody pause for a minute, please. Okay, so Mary, I'm just going to get you to step aside. Susan and I are going to demonstrate. Okay, I want you to watch me, not Susan, not the ball. Okay, here we go, nice and slow. So after I hit the ball to Susan, I point my racket at where the ball is. Because I don't know whether she's going to hit me a forehand or a backhand. Right, we want to keep it slow, Susan. Oh, okay. We want to keep it slow. So after I hit the ball to Susan, I point the head of my racket at where the ball is going. You see that? Okay, so let's work on that. Oh, you got a ball? Yep. All right, let's rotate one position around Susan. Susan's our anchor, so Barb's going to come over here. There we go. Remember to hit and track, hit and track. Okay, pause for a second. I'll just hop in here, Barb, just for a second. Okay, so we're going to stay at this distance. In a little bit, we're going to be backing up, but I want to be looking into the holes of the ball while we're doing this. Oops. So I want to be looking into the holes of the ball, moving slowly, tracking. Oh, that one got going fast. That's okay. That'll happen sometimes. Okay, look into the holes of the ball as we're doing this. Good, you guys are doing great. You want to be heels on the blue line if you can. There we go. Good stuff. And track. After you hit it, track. Track, track, track. The ball.
Gentle, smooth. Trying to control the things with the ball. Track the ball.
Yeah. Excellent. Okay, let's rotate one position. Susan stays where she is. Margaret's coming over here. Okay, pause for 1 second. Okay, just get you a step aside here, Margaret. Just get you right here. Okay, I want to keep my paddle where I can see it the whole time. I want to keep it as close as possible to the ball the whole time, right? So the reason I track it, the reason I track the ball, wherever the ball is going, is I want my paddle to be out in front of me so I can see my paddle and the ball at the same time. I'm watching the ball, right? As soon as the ball starts to come towards me, I make a decision about my paddle. I keep watching the ball, but I don't have to bring my paddle into my vision now and figure out where the center of my paddle is. I know where it is in relation to the ball because it stays out in front of me the entire time, right? Sorry, that was a bad feed. You can.
Put your gun back in the holster.
Exactly. Oops. And if I keep the paddle close to the ball, I have less movement, so I can be more in control. Right? So keep that in mind. This, just pause for one more second. In a firefight, if you watch people who are really good in firefights, the racket never comes back behind their shoulder. The racket always stays out front where they can see it, and that's what gives them such fast hands. They're not faster than anybody else. Their racket's already in position, right? So keep it where you can see it. Keep the racket between you and your eyes and the ball, and that makes it just so much easier to track, to hit it. Very good, Margaret. That was very good. Yeah, yeah, you're welcome. Oh, Susan wins practice. All right, let's rotate one position and back up. Now we're going to be just behind the blue line. So we have a little more space and a little more time. This is going to be so much slower now. I really want you to focus on being slow now because you have lots more space. Just behind the blue line, not way back, just right behind it. There we go. I saw that. I was watching. Okay, let's rotate one position. Rotate one position. Okay, really focus on being slow now. Slow and purposeful. Under control. Maybe a little more control. See how much more time you have back here? Huge more time. So you can do all the stuff we were talking about. You're a little far back, Barb. You're a little far back, yeah. You want to be right near the blue line. Your which?
My idea, the back of my paddle, where it lands, isn't as clear as the front. Like backhand, I'm missing my sweet spot more.
Okay, so I really want you to think about this surface here, right? Because when you're on, just to everybody hear this, when you're hitting a forehand, your brain is really good at knowing where the palm of your hand is and your fingertips are, right? Because your brain uses this part of your body every day, right? So it's really well connected to your palm. When people are having trouble with their backhand, it's because they're not thinking of this part of their hand. Think of it as a punch, right? So if you think of it as a punch, oh, I'm punching just a little off to the left of where my fist is, your brain is really well connected to this part of the back of your hand too. It's not very well connected to this part, right? Because when do you ever use the back of your hand? You don't, but you use your knuckles often, right? Your brain is really good at knowing where your knuckles are. So just think of your knuckles when you're hitting backhands, right?
And my grip is the continental.
Yeah, still use the continental. Yeah. Slow it down. Good, just slow it down. Slow it down. So do you feel the connection with your knuckles? Yeah. Yep. Instant improvement on your backhand. You're way more consistent now. There you go. There you go. All right, one more and then we're going to take a drink. Touch toes. Good. Okay, let's pick up, and then we'll go have a drink, and then we'll come back in and we'll play some games. Feels chilly in here today, doesn't it? Could be because I'm not moving and you guys are. Well, I knew there was going to be 4, so I thought I'll wear a long sleeve shirt because I'm probably going to get cold. When there's 4, I don't participate. I just stand on the sidelines. Yeah, no, it's the same temperature as always. Winter's here. All right, you guys ready to go? Ready? Okay, let's go do slow fire fights. So the game we're going to play today is slow fire fights. It just means we're going to start off slow, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to have a firefight. We're going to try and have a slow firefight. Okay? All right, I need 3 people on the court with me to demonstrate this. Doesn't matter who, anybody who's ever around. I'm going to be here. Margaret, you're going to be my partner. Okay, I'm serving cross to Mary. We're going to go do 3 slow ones, and then we're going to have a firefight. 1, 2, yep, 3 slow volleys. Ready? Yeah, we're going to try and go slow. You can hit it to either one of us. 1, 2, 3. Now we can go fast. Okay, that's good. That's good? Okay, try again. 1, 2, 3. Good. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. Come on in, Barb. They are slow. That was slow. Yeah. Slow. Because we're doing 3 slow and then normal speed. No rotating yet. Good. That was a nice slow firefight. So that's what we're doing. Slow firefights. Good. Nice and slow. Try to make your first 3 shots volleys. Fewer ground strokes. Let's try to get as many volleys in as we can. One, 2, 3. Anybody can serve. Yep. 1, 2. Let's just start over. 1, 2. Here you go, Mary.
Now, when we get into firefight, you want us to stick to volleys or slamming?
So here, let me pop in. Let me show you. Just come over here. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we want to do what you would normally do. Like if you're going to hit an overhead, that's fine. Just do it slowly. We're trying to be not reactive and not punchy, slashy, hacky. We're trying to be in control at all times. Good. That was nice and slow. Good slow firefight. Slow motion firefights. We can do this. Vault. Nice. Nice and slow. Okay, try again. 1, 2. Try again. 1, 2, 3. Who needs the ball? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, keep trying. Okay, let's really work on those first 3 shots being volleys. So don't let them bounce. You got to hit them deep enough that your partner can volley it. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Now we slow it. Okay, that's good. That worked out well. There you go, Susan. Okay. 3 volleys. 1, 2, 3. Good job. See, this is what happens with slow firefights. When you do slow firefights, you become better volleyers, right? Because you're trying to win the point, but you're trying to do it slowly so that everybody can potentially get a racket on it. You're going to end up with longer rallies. 2, 3. Oh, try again. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Good. And it was down, which is important. Yeah, good. Oops. Watching for the down opportunity again, weren't you? Yeah. You've trained yourself. There it is again. Susan's watching for that down stroke every time now. Oh, right back in the basket. So hang on 1 second. I should let this pass, but I'm not going to. I'm going to get you just go right there. Okay. So the ball went to Margaret. If you watch the video, you turned this way, right? You weren't tracking the ball. And then when the ball came through here, you came back like this to hit it. If you had turned, your racket would have been there, right? So that's the advantage to tracking.
So you track
Wherever it goes, you track the ball. Oh, look at this. Oh!
Those ones hurt when you do that.
Nice. Yeah, oh yeah, sure, absolutely, sorry. I'm just going to do my wrap up now so that I can turn off the camera and put my stuff away. Okay, so today was slow volley day. We started off with 30 minutes of our structured warm up. We did 30 minutes of content where we were working on slow volleys and learning things around slow volleys. Now we're doing a slow motion firefight. I trust that you can see the benefit of slowing down volleys. When we teach people to drive a car, we don't take them out on Deerfoot Trail, right? We start them in the parking lot. We start them on city, like residential neighborhood streets at a time of day where it's not peak hour. Volleys are a lot like that because volleys happen very, very quickly. And it's difficult to learn volleys if you're always doing things at full speed, right? It's really important to be mindful and purposeful with your volleys and to slow it down so that you actually have a chance to think about how they work and how they look in slow motion. And then, as long as you keep practicing your slow motion volleys, over time, this stuff starts to happen in faster and faster speeds. Pretty soon, doing it normally feels normal, and then eventually doing it fast starts to feel normal, if that makes sense, right? So work on your slow volleys as often as you can. And in fact, when you do green zone volleys in our structured warm-up, you should be trying to do those slowly. Our low and slow here, we're doing slowly. Our resets here, we're doing slowly, right? Or our red zones here, we're doing slowly. And slow gradually starts to, it starts to work. So.
Can you remind me what drills you did in the middle portion?
To be on the video, yeah, exactly.
Didn't.
Oh, and I never mentioned this at the beginning of the lesson, but if anybody wants the camera off, I can't record this lesson. So does anybody want the camera off? Okay, thank goodness. 'Cause I forgot to mention at the beginning. So yeah, this is on my YouTube channel. You can review it anytime. I record as many lessons as I can for this exact purpose. If somebody wants to go home and write down what we did, some people are note takers. They really like to take notes. Yeah, and videos are very helpful to them in notes, right? Some people are visual or auditory. They just want to see or hear it again, and the videos help with that. So, yeah.
Do you ever offer lesson on returning volleys? I'm short, so people always volley over my head. To the back of the court, right?
Oh, well, if you can't reach it, you can't reach it. Are you talking about pop volleys?
Yeah, to the back.
Or are you talking about receiving an overhead?
No, when they pop it over your head, a volley over your head to the back of the court.
Yeah.
I can never reach them.
Yeah.
And people to turn around and run for them.
Yeah, so you want to look, I do a lesson called receiving overheads. And one of the things that you have to decide on an overhead, and that would be an overhead, is am I going to be able to get it? And if the answer is no, then you have to outrun it, run past the spot where it's going to bounce and hit the shot. So you can do swap drills. Yep, it's called receiving overheads. It's called receiving overheads. Yeah, that's what you want to watch for.
I found in one game they popped it 6 times over my head.
Yeah. Once somebody spots a weakness, if they're a good lobber, they're going to take advantage of it. Yeah.
If you're playing a tall player, that never works.
No, tall player, you're still going to hit at the same height. Your volley should be high enough that even a tall player can't reach it. So, should be. All right, you guys, I'll let you keep going, and I'll shut off my stuff. Thank you. Oh, I forgot. I'm going to send you an email after this lesson today, asking you to review this lesson. And if you could do that, I would appreciate it. If you come to 100 lessons, I'm going to ask you to do 100 reviews. So please keep that in mind. All right. Thank you.